plays in the offensive backfield.
Absolutely a run stopper. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a third down. And with this offense, one guy to key in on defensively is Kevin White.
Had to battle injuries at the start of his career, but boy, he's ready to fulfill his promise. An absolute beast downfield.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now third. Now Cutler on third and long. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Third down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
Fielded at the 20. Nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Texans take possession. For Lamar Miller. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards on the pickup, and that'll be good for a Houston first. And that's a guy, Lamar Miller, from Miami, went to the University of Miami, was playing for the Dolphins, but now moved to the Lone Star State.
Yeah, how about that? And sometimes that change of scenery, it may look like it's going to affect him adversely. He's away from his home for the first time ever. But sometimes you get out on your own somewhere else, that can increase your performance. You only focus on your football.
And the big boys up front in the trenches, what do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
On second down, here's Osweiler. Deep drop. He's going to wind up and air it out. Will Fuller was the intended target, and that'll make it third down. The starting 11 defensively for the Bears.
Kyle Fuller is one of those new breed, complete defensive backs. Eager to tackle, but a better cover man.
And the offense facing a 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Osweiler. And incomplete here on 3rd down. Now a man who turned 40 back in August. He might not like me for that one, but it's true. Shane Lechler, the 40-year-old, on to punt it away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of it.
And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Coach hinted to us that we may see some old power football here in this game. We got a taste of it on that first down run.
I love how he hinted it to us, and then when we were watching practice, we were watching what they call inside drill with the offensive and defensive line, and they kept putting more defenders on the other side and saying, block that. I don't care how many guys are in there. I want to run the football this week. And, boy, it has paid off for them in this game.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. So Langford the carry there, 4th-round pick last year with Forte vacating to New York. A lot of the spotlight on Langford.
A lot of running backs have possibilities in Chicago. If he can emerge and eat up carries, I think he'll produce in a big way.
On second down, Langford trying to run inside, but nothing there. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. look now at the defense for Houston.
Vince Wilfork is a terrific player. The first thing you notice, obviously, is his size. But his agility will surprise you. He can play defensive end as well as hold down the middle as a defensive tackle.
Cutler now to throw on third down. Checks it underneath to Langford. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
They isolate Jeffrey to the left side. On second down, here's Cutler. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. He was looking for Zach Miller as tight end there. And just like that, it's third down.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Tough spot for the offense. 3rd and 8. On third down, Cutler. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down. So on 4th down, on comes Robbie Gould in the field goal unit for the Bears. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. So it goes down as an 8-play drive, and they cap it with the field goal.
Yeah, they were able to pick up a few first downs along the way, but they couldn't keep the momentum going all the way into the end zone.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over, I guess. You
didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. And wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Houston. Well, his first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Texans have taken the early lead. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. Now it's Novak on. He'll send this one away following the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
first play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Second down following the run. They isolate Jeffrey to the left side. On second down, Cutler. And this is incomplete. Jeremy Langford, the one he was trying to get it to. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Now 3rd down, less than a yard. A fake to Langford. Now Cutler looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. And he goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time. It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Second down here after the incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 now. It's Cutler. And his throw is incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Again, it's Cutler. Now Cutler in trouble. He lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And they have possession. And they have it at the 38-yard line. Cutting out as the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
So the pickup there for Lamar Miller, and he actually shredded his current team last year when he played against them. 175 yards, another 61 in the air, and 2 touchdowns.
I guess that's a classic example of if you can't stop it, go get it, put him on your team. Lamar Miller, a big-time pickup for the Texans.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out. Play action. It's Osweiler. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
They come out here in the eye. A first down carry now for Miller. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
So often you hear defensive coaches talk about we need all 11 on every play in order to be a good run-stopping unit. And sometimes it starts to sound a little cliche. But did you see the free safety on that play? Knifing through and running down the ball carrier. A huge, huge play.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jarrell Freeman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance. And to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? 3 yards to go here on 2nd down. Another pistol look here. They keep it on the ground with Langford. Room here to run. Cuts it out here, left sideline. And he's brought down after a good gain. A big pickup there on the run. 37 yards. A good-looking run there by Jeremy Langford.
And what I've always liked about him has been not just his versatility, but his perseverance. I think he's one of those backs that gets better as the game goes on and he gets increased carries. Does have some good toughness running inside. I remember when he was in Michigan State, at one point I did a game.
And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Chicago. Kevin White, 50 yards. And the Bears have once again taken the lead. And he puts it through. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. Penalty marker is down here. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. They isolate Hopkins on the left side. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to air one out. And they went big on first down. Proves unfruitful.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
Second and 10, it's Osweiler again. Setting up the screen for Miller. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them buy him and setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
He sets to fire deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That's a bold strike right there, taking it downfield and putting some air on it. But how about the coverage? Able to get his hands across the receiver and bat the ball down.
And taken right at the 35. Look at the dance and the juke. Might have needed just one more block as it stands. 37-yard return. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over first and 10. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt good.
And he loses the football a second time. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Give them a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Let's see what the offense comes with here. 2nd and 8. They isolate Hopkins on the left side. On 2nd down, here's Osweiler. Flush to his right. No, he almost had it. Already with one interception, just missing his second there.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown one interception. Almost threw a second one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
On 3rd down, Osweiler. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Taken in at the 22. Ooh, with a juke. Legs still churning.
Like a giant pinball.
It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And the Bears take over. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive.
And that's why you see so many teams play a 3-4 defense, because that set gives you a lot of flexibility about where to bring pressure from, and it's hard for an offense to pick it up. Left side, right side, up the middle, especially with some really flexible linebackers.
Off the play fake to Langford. It's Cutler surveying the field. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Bakari Rambo. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Second down following the incompletion. From the gun, it's Osweiler. He's got Fuller. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll bring up a third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down. From the gun on third down, Osweiler. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Leonard Floyd, the rookie from Georgia, in there to drop his man and pick up his first career sack in his first career game. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell me before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They'll come out in the pistol. Langford again. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Here's Cutler to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Cutler sacked. The reigning defensive player of the year, J.J. Watt, in there to drop him with his first sack of 2016. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. Call it a pickup of 7 on the ground. That trims it to a 3rd and 15 situation. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, Makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And it's fielded at the 34. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. 5 wides in the game, 4 of them to the right side. Now it's Osweiler. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
Out of the gun, it's Osweiler. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good game.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And Novak's kick is good. And that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. So they boot it through, and now we're all square after 2 quarters of play.
And what's that great term you taught me? They're level, right? They got back to level. Now they get to go back in the locker room, regroup, and start over in the second half.
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we send you on over to Orlando, where we'll check in with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
And ready now for 2nd and 9. Here's Osweiler to throw. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. They go play action with Osweiler. It's complete to Fuller. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 7 yards on the play, and they're going to have a third down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. Again, we'll see the pistol here. This is Langford on 1st and 10. And there's a flag on the play.
No surprise there, Jadeveon Clowney with a tackle for loss. We all know how he became one of the most famous players in football, though, don't we?
Oh, that one play.
Yeah, that one big-time play was on highlights everywhere. They want to see more of that here in the NFL.
So 20 yards to go here on first down. Out of the gun, it's Cutler. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. 20 yards on the pickup there. And that leads to a Chicago first down.
Absolutely zero surprise at that throw we just saw. I mean, Jay Cutler has a whip for an arm.
He's had it since he won a state title at Heritage Hills High School in southern Indiana.
Where in southern Indiana, though?
Well, he's born in Santa Claus. How about that?
That's pretty strong right there.
Nearby to my hometown of Evansville. Bet you've never been there, have you?
I have not been there, but I'm looking forward to being invited for a holiday cheer.
You're invited. Put that on your bucket list.
Thank you.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. On 2nd down, Cutler. On the right side, this is Miller. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. In that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
On 3rd and 1, it's Cutler. And he's got his man in stride, complete. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Now Cutler on 1st down. And he slings one that's incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll get it to the 23-yard line. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets them to 3rd and 3 now.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting them to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. The lone setback is Langford. A fake to Langford. Now Cutler. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. Here comes Robbie Gould for the Bears field goal try. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And Gould is able to put it through, and they will take the lead at 13-10. 2 field goals now for Robbie Gould, a guy who made his 244th career field goal on the opening drive of last year, making him the all-time leader in Bears history.
Yeah, he doesn't make a lot of headlines, but he's been a very dependable kicker for the Bears over the course of these last few years.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Just go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. On 2nd down, Osweiler. And his throw is going to be incomplete. They were trying to get the connection with a former Buckeye, Braxton Miller. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. And the offense looking to pick up the 1st down after the 2nd down incompletion. On 3rd down, Osweiler. Going for the deep ball. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up. And they just did. And they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
And he'll take it on this side of midfield. And there's a flag on the field. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Again, busy man this afternoon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive, and when you have a bad one like that, your next goal is to not let it spiral into more.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. And the offense behind the chains here, a touch on 2nd and 11. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On 2nd down, here's Cutler. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be 3rd down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
7 yards remain now on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Cutler. Completion left side to Miller. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. 31 yards on the punt there. And the offense will come back onto the field with a 1st and 10. And now out comes Houston. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the 1st down or to have the defense have to hold it.
He trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that Dak's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down.
They're running it. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Good.
From the shotgun, Osweiler. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Well, it was 2nd and long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. 3rd and long. It's Osweiler. He's got time in the pocket, and that is incomplete. C.J. Fedorowicz, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Shane Leckler now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. Might have been 1 man away from 6 points. As it stands, it's a huge return. And this is going to set up 1st and goal inside the 5-yard line. And now the offense operates in the red zone. And here we go on 1st and goal. They'll run here with Langford. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up in the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Call it a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on 3rd and goal from the 1. They come out here in the eye. Now 3rd down and goal from the 1. This is Langford. And he will fight his way in. Not giving up there, and he's got a Bears touchdown. Jeremy Langford punching it in from a yard away. It's good, and it's 21-10. And the Bears will extend their lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And with a new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. And now out comes Houston. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
And on 2nd and 10 now.
Black 99 Philly. Here we go. Hurry up. Here we go. Green 39. Here we go. Green 39.
Throwing. Osweiler. Griffin's got it, middle of the field. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed.